What's going on YouTube? It's your TikTok barber. Today in this video, I will be teaching you guys how to do a hot taper fade. So stick around for the final results because the final results will be smoke. I had a client consultation with my client. He said he wanted a 1.5 on the top. Well, basically a 1.5 all over hot taper. And big shout out to Juno for coming to see his boy, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, he always know that I get him right. Okay guys, so I grab my Oster 76s and I go in with a 1.5. Remember to always comb or brush the hair as needed. But like I said in my previous video, if you've seen it, you really don't need no comb or brush once dealing with detachable blades because the blades themselves have a self-built-in comb. Just go ahead and just start cutting it with the grain and make sure you don't run over any cowlicks. Whenever you get to the top of the edge up, when you're cutting, just kind of like glide over it because you don't want to too much nick the client's hair. I was always told that cleanliness is next to godliness. With that being said, just keep your client clean. What I did after I cut him with a 1.5, I just grabbed that brush and started brushing his hair in the direction that it grows in, just to let him know that I know which way his hair grows. Guys, I had to go back old school. I grabbed my Oster 76 and slapped my 4-aught blade on there to make sure everything is neat. Now with the 4-aught blade, you don't really have to just make that first initial guideline so hard because you know what I'm saying, it would be easier to get out because you're actually cutting the first initial guideline into the client's hair. So stick around and let's just see what's the next step will bring us. I still have my Oster 76s. But what I did now, I put an 08 blade on there. The 08 blade is equivalent to a 1 blade open on my Oster fast feed. What you want to do is just go up 1 inch. But as you notice, as I go up, I'm kind of like softening that second initial guideline up to make sure the fade will fall in place because you, at the end of the haircut, everything will be so butter. You feel me? Now I have my 1/8 blade on. Now I'm doing something a little different because I just want to let you guys know the higher you go up, the softer your blend should get. Just take your time and make sure everything is neat as you cut. Because you know what I'm saying, you're gonna always want to go back and do your detail work later on. But with the 1/8 blade, make sure your second initial guideline is actually, you know what I'm saying, soft as well because you want everything to fade in. Okay, time to switch up clippers. I grabbed my Oster fast feed, put the number 2 magnetic guard on there, and now what I'm doing now is just actually debulking the top, which is a 1.5 with the 2 open. The only thing I'm doing now is just actually softening up that guideline so I can start my fade down technique. All right guys, I have my 1 guard on softening up that guideline so I can just come back behind the next step. But pretty much everything is working out for itself. And don't forget the most important key thing is to do detail work after every cut. Now I have the 0 guard on. What I'm doing now is just kind of like bumping up into that 1 guard open from the previous part of the haircut. Yeah, but the 0 guard is actually taking out that line, and you can already see that blur is coming, and actually that blur is starting to take effect on the cut. Now I have my blades closed. What I'm doing now is just taking out that 4-aught that I put in at the first beginning of the haircut. And make sure, you know what I'm saying, you just use the corner of your blades because you don't want to use the whole blades because you will be making that fade a little higher. But just use the corner, adjust when needed, and you know what I'm saying, you'll see your haircut take effect. What I'm doing right now is just actually tapering the beard just to make sure everything just fit in one. because, you know, when I first started cutting hair, I always used to leave that line up there. So I just had to teach myself to just fade the beard so everything can look as one. But the haircut coming out pretty fresh, man. Check that out. Remember, guys, detail is a must. Even though you think you're done with the haircut, bro, still just go over it. I mean, I knew I was done with this side, but I just felt that I need to go back over it just to even make it look better than what it look right now. So detail is the #1 key factor in cutting hair. The right side is just like the left side. Everything is the same way. You follow the same steps that you do. You shouldn't even miss a beat. But I'm gonna speed this side up, and also I'm gonna speed the back side up until I get to the edge up and let you guys know how to apply the enhancements. It's time for the enhancement. First, I take my top off, and next thing you know, I just go ahead and go and put a Kiss Express in there, and let's just go ahead and get this kicking. When it comes to adding enhancement, I just don't really just put the enhancement over the whole edge up unless the client want me to. What I'm doing, I'm actually finding weak spots. So my client here prefer the enhancements on this whole edge up. But remember to always use the corner so you can have a sharper corner after you go over it with the razor. Before any of my clients get up, I always have to get in that polished detail work. Right now you see me just getting them little straggler hairs off the top of his hair, the one that the clippers didn't catch, but the trimmers did, because you wanna know why? Because I had them trimmers hitting. Them trimmers are hitting like a baby. But anyway, this is the cut right here, so if you like it, make sure you guys go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It's your TikTok barber, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the thing all day, every day. But with further ado, this is the cut, and if you like it, like I said, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram at black_prince79. Also on TikTok as your TikTok barber 1, and you already know